What's going on, guys? It's Ark here with Zeta in Monster Hunter Rise.
Howdy.
Last time you guys saw us take on Tetranodon and Tubagi, but this time we are taking on the infamous Jyuratodus from Monster Hunter World, where it was originally introduced.
Good old mudfish.
Yep, it's basically just a giant catfish.
You don't like the design of his armor.
Yeah, his armor is actually pretty cool looking, to be honest with you.
Yeah. I don't use it that much, but I do like its looks.
You know, to be completely honest, I kind of wish I had a little bit of extra cash, because when the second title update comes out, I'd really love to get my hands on the on those cool looking layered weapons. Oop.
Accursed marsh. Said to be haunted, hostile and harsh. A place of deep peril, a true quagmire. For those who get stuck, face a fate most dire.
The sinister swamp shadow, Jyuratodus. You wanna know how if someone's watched too much Family Guy?
What?
When they sit there and they hear the word quagmire and they automatically think giggity. Because that's what happened to me when they said when that little poem said quagmire. All I could think is giggity. Although what that fish just did to that poor slagtoth was not giggity at all.
No, it was not.
And mine. Thusium ore.
I'm kind of remembering the intro video for Jira back in World, and if I remember correctly, it was like something kind of terrifying. Like he jumped at you, and they did a zoom in on the face or something like that. I forget.
Yeah.
And they used that particular video to teach you about zip into the bugs in the environment.
Yeah.
That is one thing World did really well, was teach you its mechanics by showing you the kinds of things they could do, and then just let you organically learn them after that.
Yeah, there were a lot of things that I liked about World. I liked that part, but another thing that I really appreciated about World was the fact that you could use the environment to your advantage, like whenever you used to be able to drop rocks on Anjanath and Rathalos and stuff.
Yeah.
That was probably one of my favorite parts.
Yeah. Sadly, this game isn't powerful enough to do some of that as much. Like, I can only think of one map that even has something like that, and that's one of the maps in Sunbreak, where they have an area with some rocks in it. But it's the only case I can think of them doing that.
Yeah.
They can drop.
But you know, the thing that I really liked about it was that the game also showed you could do it in a cutscene. That's what I really liked. Like, a lot of people might not have realized that you can shoot those rocks to deal damage. And then when the Anjanath mission happened, it showed you in a cutscene that you could drop those rocks down.
Yep. And I feel that's a much better way to do it than like how some games do, which are like take control away from you and force you to do a tutorial or something. You know, you can't advance, so you drop the rocks. Kind of stuff.
Oh, by the way, when I took the Dignified set, I also decided that to upgrade one of my one of the skills that I had been using, and that was you placed the meat down.
Yeah.
Nice.
Also 50 grams.
But I noticed. Oh, there we go. Got to jump out. but I upgraded a certain skill that I had been using kind of because my talisman had it at level 1. But then because so many of the skills that I usually slot in, like fire resistance and stuff, weren't as needed because the dignified set's actually pretty decent at resistances.
Get back here!
I was able to slot in a level. I was able to slot in all the way up to level 4 wide range.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good skill. Not the best when you're playing solo, but when you're playing with friends, that is.
It also helps out your followers and your animals too. And remember what I've been doing the past couple of weeks to whenever I'm on my main character, dude.
Follow request, yes. That would be a big help.
Especially when it actually does buff the characters that you're fighting with. When you're using like demon drugs and armor drugs, it actually does buff them. So. Oddly enough, so a lot of the 1 and 2 star monsters don't actually have follower quests and stuff like that.
Yeah, I noticed that.
But I'm guessing that's mostly down to the fact that the monsters should be easy enough that you don't need help, you know?
True. Plus, it seemed to introduce the followers available to you slowly but surely. Like, you don't get quests with Gallius until later. And early on, the only follower you get is Jyuratodus.
Well, right now I have both Fugan and Gallius' first quest to do.
Both of them are, like, all the followers in general, honestly, are pretty good. Lugan is, like, a pretty good offensive character, though.
Alright, so who should we go visit? Oh, Kulu's here already.
That works.
Hip check. See how you fuckers like it. See, not so fun. It's not so fun now that you guys are the victims, huh? Wasn't able to get to Kulu before it ran out. Knocked him out.
Dumping in more fish.
Nice.
Good job.
No, Jyuratodus, I don't care to know where you got those scars.
He's pretty beat up.
What were the besides Destroyer Oil? What was the other new switch skill that came with Sunbreak?
Well, there's this new Twin Fang combo, and this stab, I forget the name of. Basically, it's combos that, like, moves that replace the shield bass part of the sword and shield moveset in favor of more sword slashes, which are great for stat effects. Other than that, well, as said, they added the shield bash and destroyer oil. The shield bash is just the best thing because I just go zoom.
Yeah, the shield bash is one of the ones I want to eventually get myself, but I have to wait for Sunbreak for that one, I think, or later in high rank.
Yeah, it's a Sunbreak one. They give it to you at the same time as Destroyer Oil, I think.
Nova Crystal.
Whetstone time.
Man, if I were someone who was just coming into this, like coming into this video, and all of a sudden they see the Jyuratodus the way it looks right now, they'd probably be like, "Is that a tigerfish?" No, folks, this is just because we've already been carving at it, even though it's not dead yet.
Yeah, it's pretty beat up. I think we've broken everything on it.
Yeah, we have. You can only break the head, the body, and the tail, and you can't actually just tear off the tail. You know, I think my favorite kind of monsters are ones like Diablos, where you can break one part multiple times.
I like horns.
Well, that and its horns.
It's after you!
Uh-oh. I think it's after me this time. Yep, it was after me. But Jyuratodus' moveset really hasn't changed that much from World, so...
Yeah. The only thing I think they really added was that, like, shotgun spread bit that he did a little bit ago.
Yeah. So, by the way, once I head into Master Rank for this, is there a set that's just perfect for Sword and Shield, like how there is for Switch Axe with the Dignified set?
Actually, there is. The Knight Squire set.
Okay.
It's another one you get from Follower Quest, though I think you get it a little earlier on. It's one of the first armor sets you get through Follower Quest. It's Urane's armor.
Yeah. It's probably like the first. It's probably like the first reward you get practically.
Yep.
Right on time. I was just about to heal.
What you got for me?
But that's good because, like, technically, when you look at it, other than the what skill was Rapid Morph, the Dignified set's actually pretty good for dual blades too.
Yeah.
But
Knight Square is pretty much good for any set that has a shield.
Well, I know the Dignified set's also really good for Charge Blade too. It has a bunch of skills that's just good for Charge Blade and Switch Axe. So. Well, that's one mudfish down.
Heck yeah.
Went to straighten out my back, and my entire back decided to crickle crackle like a bunch of Rice Krispie treats.
Oof.
I'm glad to see you're safe. Thanks to you, the search party was able to locate the missing scout. Something particular occurred on their way back. It just happened that they had passed by a site ravaged by the rampage. In the distance, they sighted an azure beast roving about. And then, just like that, gone. What they describe sounds eerily similar to the fiend that appeared just after the rampage. But I don't know what it could mean. We'll keep investigating the matter, so you do what you keep doing best. And speaking of, you may now accept 5-star quests. Check in with Minoto, she'll have the details. Awesome. Oh. Someone wants to talk to me. Master Sushi. I hear you're really thrashing up a storm out there, and I couldn't just stand around twirling my kunai and when I could be teaching you some gnarly new switch skills. These are the other switch skills that I could get. I haven't even bothered to do the other quests because I'm not going to be running those weapons.
Yeah. Plus, you could always do those off screen if you really wanted to use one of those weapons in a video.
Yeah, that's probably what I'll most likely end up doing. Okay, before we go check everything out, let's see what quests we got here that I can do with you guys for you guys. Oh, Royal Ludroth, Baroth, two Volvidon, Bishaten, Pookie, Visarios, Rathian. You know what? I think we'll probably go out to Royal Ludroth, but first, I need to get all these things off my screen.
What if I?
Oh wait, there's a blue one. Where's the blue one?
Hey. Oh, it's you.
Is this guy? No. Ah. It's this guy. With this girl. Deliver 2 pricey shoots. I can get those at the forest at any time.
Hey, you.
Divine Rhino. 2 of them. I can get those in the flooded forest, and I know exactly where to grab them, so I'll go grab them later. And what do you want, Kagero?
Take care.
Nothing important, huh?
I've got some great
Let's do the lottery.
Well done.
Bingo. Nice.
Happy hunting.
Oh, by the way, some of those decorations that you saw that I had in my room or whatever, Zeta,
Yeah?
you can get them from the lottery.
I've been forgetting to do that.
Yeah, it's quite literally a lottery thing for some of them. Like when we're done here, when we're done with these 3 episodes, before you go, I want to show you the ones from my master rank character, because I got a couple more while off screen.
Okay then.
Buddy Plaza. Oh, okay. The Meowson areas can go further distance now.
Nice.
It's showing the upgrades, the fan upgrades. Now, are my buddies ready? That's the question. Yes, they are. I sent them on a rampage. Now my guys can go on high rank quests. And I shall send them on the quest for the Shrine Ruins. 2 Tetronodon, 2 shining mushroom nodes, and an ore node. So that means I'll get those special mushrooms. That's awesome. Now, Rondine.
Hunter. Let us negotiate.
No,
Time to bargain.
she does not have what I was looking for. However, I will give my guys a Lagnia apple so that
Very
they
well.
can continue to do that. And go to the hub prep area because this guy wants to talk to me.
Good luck out there.
Come back and let's go take on those. Let's go take on the troublesome Royal Ludroth.
Here's the quest list.
Between episodes, what I'll do is I'll see if I can upgrade my sword and shield or not. This should be more than enough to take out a Royal Ludroth, no problem.
Heck yeah.
I'll make it quick.
And then go over to the item box, max out my stuff again. And here we go. Taking on Royal Ludroth. But yeah, man, it was wild. It was wild last night. I was doing all 9 episodes of RimWorld all at once.
Sounds like it'd be tiring.
It was, but I mean, at the same time, the reason that I'm doing it is because I love playing the games anyway, and that sort of balances out the tiringness of it. Because I mean, yeah, it can get tiring to record for 4.5 hours, but at the same time, you have to realize that I love the game so much that it really doesn't matter because I won't get bored of the game.
reminds me of the short time I tried streaming and I ended up playing through multiple Mega Man games for, I think it was March?
Mega Man March, huh?
Yeah. I played through 1 through 6, and I was kind of proud of myself because each of the games I beat in sub 2 hours.
Did you do all the side stuff, or did you just mean the story?
Oh, it was the original Mega Man 1 through 6, so there wasn't any side stuff really that much.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
it wasn't the battle networks then.
Yeah, though I am really looking forward to that collection. I'm gonna avoid gushing on your video about it because holy heck,
Oh no,
I
trust
eat up
me,
all the time.
trust me. The only ones that I haven't played are 1 and 2. I've played 3 through 6. In fact, I'd have to say I think my favorite one was probably 6. But technically, also aren't they also bringing out the Star Forces in that collection?
They are not. However, the fact that they brought them back at all, and the fact we got the ZX games in the Zero collection, means that it is possible for them to come back at some point, somehow. Though, I remember them being much more touchscreen intensive than the ZX games.
Yeah. Since you're such a big Mega Man fan and everything, you're probably also aware of the DS port of Battle Network 5.
Yeah, I am. I never actually played it, but I know of the changes, and they made it better in a lot of ways. But I've heard bad things about how much Mega Man talks in battles with it.
I really didn't notice it all that much, but I guess that's probably because I took that off of the upgrade for him. I think the only one that I actually kept was the joke one.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, apparently with the
so
DS port, since they added voice acting, Mega Man just he gives like grunts and shouts and such all the time. Like every battle chip, every charge shot, he says something.
Oh no, not I'm talking about Double Team DS.
And that's what I'm talking about up there.
Yeah, he wasn't a big chatterbox or anything, so.
All right then.
At least not that I'm aware of. Maybe I just didn't notice it that much because I usually played it with the sound off. Every now and then I play it with the sound on, but I was mostly trying to conserve battery power, and the best way to do that is to not play it with sound.
That makes sense. Sadly, it looks like the version of 5 we're getting in the collection is probably the Game Boy Advance ones.
That's fine. I like that one.
Yeah.
However, there is one thing that I'm kind of upset about with those versions, and you know, it's kind of funny that we're talking about Mega Man, because we are technically still playing a Capcom game.
True.
So I mean, I don't think Capcom will give a crap that we're talking about Mega Man while we're playing Monster Hunter.
Yeah. I mean, there is a Mega Man event quest in this.
Yep. Are you kidding me? There's been Mega Man event quests in pretty much every single one of them. I think the only one that didn't have one was Try. But then they fixed that when they brought out 3U.
Yeah, that's true.
However, in Monster Hunter 3 and Try, do you remember the long sword that used to turn that would turn into a great sword when you would unsheath it?
I do not.
There was at one point. It required a very specific material. It was an event longsword, but it was actually a way for Capcom to cheat us out of a very special crossover that happened in Japan for Monster Hunter.
Is it one of the anime crossovers?
Yes, it was the crossover with Inuyasha. The sword I am speaking of replaced the Tetsaiga for us. The Tetsaiga was actually a weapon that we were supposed to be able to craft, but we got a weird looking weapon that had runes on the blade, and it was completely black, basically.
Taking this guy out to Bishatten.
Yeah.
You know,
Who's moving over here?
you never realize how much you love a monster until you realize it's on the map. Like I'll always have a monster go after like Blood Orange Bishaten or whatever, you know.
Yeah, I love that guy.
Or I'll always have them go after Magnamalo, or I'll always have them go after, say, Gormagala.
Impressive.
But I'm kind of biased when it comes to Gormagala. Gormagala is my baby.
I really like Gormagala. He's not my favorite monster, but there's no denying how awesome he is.
I mean, come on, he's Batman Dragon.
A big part of why I like him
Ow.
is just his presence in Monster Hunter 4. Like, I don't think they've ever made a monster that's left as much an impression as Gormagala did.
They tried to with 4U though.
Nice
Well,
riding.
But yeah, Gormagala was for you.
Well, no, I mean, like the actual because there was 4 and then there was 4U.
Yeah.
Because they did 4U and then they tried to replicate Gormagala's success with the story by doing with Valstrax. Remember?
Be careful.
Oh yeah, the Generations, yeah.
They tried to do that with Valstrax and capitalize on it, but it just didn't. It didn't feel the same.
Yeah. They kind of also tried that with Nergigante, but again, didn't feel the same.
Nergigante was interesting purely for the fact that because of how World worked, you could actually see a different side of Nergigante when you were fighting, when you're not fighting it.
Yeah.
Because if you use the ghillie suit or you have perfect stealth with your set, you could actually watch Nergigante in its passive state, and it actually acted a lot like a dog.
But, like, with Gormagala, he went from just being a last monster you fight to being an antagonist in the story. Being a rival of sorts.
Actually, if you look at the if you watch the story close enough, Nergigante originally went from I want to eat Zora Magdaros because it's a giant meal, to Char Ishvalda's being a dick. I need to try to kick its ass, and then and basically both you and Char and Ruiner, who is oddly enough the same Nergigante. Because
I was surprised by that.
Huh?
I was surprised by that when I found that out.
But yeah, he was the same Nergigante that you kept on fighting, but just a more powered up version, which also backs up your whole thing about him being your rival, basically. You got better, so did he.
Yep. In Gormagala's case, though, they really built the story around that.
Yeah. But with Nergigante, the whole thing with Nergigante is that it's technically the New World's version of a hunter, basically. It keeps the ecosystem in check. Makes it to where the elders aren't the end all, or to where the elders aren't technically the end all be all.
I mean, imagine if we hadn't intervened with Zora Magdaros. Like, Nergigante was trying to do the same thing in the end. Like, limit how much energy Zora Magdaros had.
Yeah.
Victory!
It literally made its own.
Getting
It
dull.
literally made its own little ecosystem in the water outside of the New World.
Mine for the taking.
It just so happens Nergigante wasn't going to be enough to deal with Zora Magdaros on his own.
Because he was solo and he was too small.
Move!
Also, I just got a new material for the World Ludroth I've never got before. I apparently never got claws from this guy.
Interesting.
I'm shocked by that.
That is quite interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone can see your master rank and your hunter rank, and yet this is the first time you've gotten a Claw Plus.
Yeah. I'm shocked by that.
I'm pretty sure everyone watching is too. Like, wait a second, claws are actually a pretty high card. How did he not get one yet? Well, desire sensor.
Yeah.
I know Capcom likes to say it doesn't exist, but it exists.
I will say this. As much as we gush about the older games, it is rough to go back and try to play them.
Oh, don't even get me started trying to go back and play Freedom Unite. Oh, screw Blagonga, man. Like, seriously.
I've never played that, but I've heard the horror stories of the claw. Just the way you had to hold the Vita.
Oh no, I didn't play it. I didn't play it on that. I was lucky enough that I actually had a PS2 controller and I just used an emulator.
Oh.
I was lucky on mine. I didn't have to worry about it too much.
Think that's enough for a video?
Oh yeah, we're at 31:27 right now. I was just doing the lottery real quick. Anyway, thank you guys so much for stopping by. If you liked this video, please be sure to hit that like button, and if you're new to the channel, subscribe. And as always, I will see you guys in the next video. And remember, you don't lose, you learn. Gamers, game on.